Lesley Lambert, and this is The TREW Show. Today, I want to talk to you about winterizing your home. We're going to call this segment Let It Snow, and for some of us in the Northeast, it already has. So this is our chance to catch up and make sure we're ready for when winter really comes to stay. The important things about winterizing your home are to protect and maintain the equity in your property, to make sure that you're not going to acquire damage to the home due to seasonal problems. And there are some simple steps that you can take to make sure that your home stays safe and cozy all through the winter months. The first key maintenance that you should take care of before we get another snowstorm is to clean your gutters. And this is a tedious chore at best. No one likes to do it, but it is very important. It's one of the most important protective maintenances that you can do to your home. And it's not just the issue of clogged gutters, although of course if the gutters are clogged and it freezes, then you have an issue where the gutters might actually break. But it's also about water going up underneath your shingles into the roof line and causing internal water damage to your ceilings and attics. So cleaning out those gutters, that's something you want to take care of right away. The next one is to disconnect your outside hoses and make sure that you've got them turned off from the inside so that you're not having any frozen pipe issues. And this is a real simple one. Just take those garden hoses off, put them away, turn off that inside hose valve, make sure that it's bled dry, and you'll be good for the winter. I know this is one that I'm guilty of forgetting, but it's important to protect those pipes from freezing. And of course, if you've got a furnace, then you want to schedule a tune-up. And the furnace technicians should be going through a checklist to make sure that everything is in functional order, operating at its best potential, air filters are clean, burners are set to go, all those kind of regular things. You can follow them around and sort of check and see what they're looking at so that you have a better knowledge of how your furnace operates. And you want to make sure if you have a gas furnace that you're changing those air filters at least every 3 months. A clogged air filter can actually prevent the home from getting heat. Go ahead and ask me how I know that one. So that shouldn't cost much. The average should be $50 to $100 per hour for the visit, and it shouldn't take them very long unless there's a problem with the furnace. If you have air conditioning, external, like a central air conditioning unit, then you want to protect that, especially if it's in the line where ice or snow might collect or fall. And the experts say that you should put a piece of plywood and a drop cloth over the top of it. And they really recommend that you don't actually encase the whole unit, because that can actually be an encouragement for critters to get in there and house themselves over the winter. And then you're going to have a whole other problem in the spring. The basic need for the air conditioning unit is just to make sure that it's not getting an excessive amount of snow or ice accumulating on top of it, so that in the spring it won't have any water damage or ice damage. A really basic one, and one that again in my home I have run into this. I'll wonder where a draft is coming from and I can't figure it out, and then I notice that my windows aren't completely closed. So you want to go through the house and make sure that you've got your top and bottom panes pressed all the way solidly shut, and the latch pulled closed as tight and snug as you can, so that the windows are completely sealed up for the winter. And that will protect you from getting drafts, and it'll also protect any moisture from entering the home and potentially either warping your windows or getting inside the home. And then if you've got a pull down for an attic or an attic scuttle, one important thing that can save you a lot of lost heat, because of course heat rises, is to insulate your attic entry. And there are kits that you can purchase to do this, and there's also tons of instructions online for how you might be able to do it yourself with some fiber insulation and duct tape. It's really a simple fix and an inexpensive one that can ultimately save you a lot of money in your heating bill throughout the course of the year. Also, if you've got a wood-burning fireplace, it's time for you to call the chimney sweep and have that chimney inspected to make sure that you don't have any animals that might have built a nest in there, or even animals that might be in there, and also that creosote hasn't built up to a dangerous level. A chimney fire is a very disastrous event, and a small inspection by a chimney sweep is good insurance against a household fire during the winter months. So make sure that you put that on your to-do list as well. Spending a weekend or two on some of these types of easy maintenance, it's, anyone can do these themselves, is going to protect your home, make sure that your investment is protected, and also make sure you're warmer and safer during the course of the winter months. So we're going to talk about saving energy and saving money. One of the first ones that I really never realized is that you can put in a lower wattage light bulb in your lamp and get the same amount of light if you place it strategically. So if you're able to put a lamp in a corner, it's said that that will reflect the light and provide just as much light as a stronger light bulb might have done, while saving you money on the lighting expense. If your water heater isn't insulated, then you might want to think about giving your water heater a blanket. Just like you pile on extra blankets during the winter to insulate yourself and stay warm, your water heater can use some extra insulation also. And a fiberglass insulation blanket is said that it can cut your heat loss and save 4 to 9% on your water heating bill, which is a pretty good amount. So that might be an improvement that you want to consider making for the winter to help with your energy costs. Turn off the burner before you're done cooking, and this mainly applies if you have an electric stove. Of course, an electric burner will stay hot for some time after you've turned it off, and so if your cooking is nearing the end of the process, you can turn off that burner and complete the cooking without actually burning any more electricity. And the same can be done for your oven as well at the end of the baking time for your oven. So that's something to consider, that if you do it regularly, little things pennies add up. And this was a surprise. If you use the dishwasher, if you have a dishwasher, some people might be thinking if they hand wash the dishes, it's more economical, and you'd be wrong. And I was very surprised by this one. But it says that dishwashers use about 1/3 as much hot water as hand washing does. And so if you've got a dishwasher, of course you might want to wait till it's full and not just run partial loads. But if you're using your dishwasher, you're going to actually save on hot water. So that's pretty impressive. So moving into these winter months, I hope that everybody has time to use their weekends here while it's still nice out, and take care of a few of these simple household maintenance tasks and consider some energy saving tips. There are more tips provided in the links that are underneath this show if you want more information on other things that you can do. And we would love to hear if you have any really great energy saving or home maintenance tips that you want to share. We're always looking to hear from our viewers. So that's it for this week. Take care. I'm Lesley Lambert, and this was The TREW Show.